For the first 4 to 5 months of my son's life, it was rough. It was very, very rough. Hola pinche losers, hola, bienvenidos a mi canal. If you're new to my channel, hola como tu ta, and if you've been here for a while, hola como tu ta. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I'm so excited to be sitting down and filming this video for you guys today. Today's video is going to be, as you can tell by the title, me just talking to you guys and being honest and transparent about where I've been so far postpartum. In a lot of my vlogs, I do give you guys updates on baby boy and like how he's doing, you know, at each month and each milestone that he reaches. But this video, I really wanted to talk about me, honey, okay? I really wanted to give you guys the ins and outs of what it's been like physically, mentally, and emotionally being a mom so far for these past 6 months. I've been a mom for 6 months, almost 7 months now. My baby boy will be 7 months old next week. Crazy. I feel like I was just carrying him in my tummy, but yeah, he's growing up, he's getting big, and I can't believe I've been doing this mom thing for a little bit. And it's definitely hard. It is not easy, but I do feel like I have a routine and I have my groove with him, you know? So I have things, every day is something different. Every day is something new. So I'm not gonna, it does get easier. I'm not gonna say that it is easy, but it does get easier once you get into a routine and get your groove. And once you've been doing it for a little bit, you kind of know what you're doing. You know your kid, you know what they like, what they don't like. You know what I'm saying? You begin to learn and just go as you learn, you know, and learn as you go. So yeah, but I really just wanted to talk about me and like where I've been at and just be honest with you guys. And yeah, leave any comments down below if you are having a baby, if you already have one, maybe your kids are already like in their teens or something. I just would love to hear other mom experiences and what it has been like for you. And yeah, just remember that everything that's going on with me is not, it's not normal to feel a lot of different things, especially as a mom. And just because it's me and what I'm going through, good and or bad, doesn't mean that that'll be your experience. So that's why I would love for you guys to sound off in the comments on, like, you know, what your experience is like or was like if you've passed this kind of stage. So yeah, but anyways, let me shut up and let's just get right into it. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe if you want to see more content from me. And don't forget to follow me on Instagram and TikTok. Those are always linked down below. So let's just get straight into it. I'm feeling a little under the weather, so if I sound really congested and crazy, that is why. And I did not dress up really for this because I really just wanted to sit and chill and talk about how I've been doing and how I've been feeling lately. So where have I been physically? Well, physically, my weight has gone up and down. I don't know if I've lost any baby weight. Do not ask me. Never ask a woman about their weight, pregnant or not, or postpartum or not. But I do not weigh myself. The only time I weigh myself is if I've had to go to the doctor. I do not weigh myself because personally, this is just me, I know that mentally I can't handle hearing that number on the scale. Like, it does something to me sometimes. So, and I know that I'm obviously bigger because I just had a kid, so I don't even put myself through the trouble. So I'm just gonna start there just to let you know. I do know that my weight has been up and down. I know that when I gave birth, right after I gave birth, when they weighed me at the hospital, I had lost 10 pounds immediately just from birth. And then I had lost 6 more pounds after that with just, you know, breastfeeding and things like that. But I definitely gained it back. I know that I basically went back to my weight that I was when I was pregnant, actually. I did end up going back to that weight. So including birth and the little 6 pounds that I lost by myself, I guess you could say that was about 15 or 16 pounds that I lost after birth, and I definitely gained it back. I don't know if I've lost it again. I know that one of the last times I weighed myself, I definitely gained it back and maybe a little bit more. So, yeah, that has been a journey. Like I said, mentally, I'm just being honest with you guys. I know myself and I know that I'm not necessarily capable of not taking the number on that scale to heart. So I choose not to even look at it, not to weigh myself. Eventually I will start, because I am going to be going on my little postpartum fitness weight loss journey. But for right now, I'm just not doing that because I'm just not really comfortable and I'm scared. But pretty soon I will, so that way when obviously as I'm trying to lose weight, I need, one of the biggest ways to keep track of that is by, you know, weighing yourself. So I will get to that point at some point, but right now, honey, I'm not there. I have stretch marks, which is crazy. I didn't get stretch marks until like 30, maybe 35 weeks. My stomach was like smooth until like the last trimester. So definitely have stretch marks. I definitely have wonderful, wonderful bunched up loose skin. And that's okay. That's okay. You know, that's completely normal, obviously, for elderly people, and it's also normal for people who bring human beings into the world. And I constantly have to remind myself, especially when I get down on myself physically, that you just had a baby, you have time to lose this weight. It's not the end of the world. I know what to do to lose weight: eat right and exercise, and I'm capable of doing that, and I will be doing that. So I just have to remind myself to give yourself grace and be patient. Something my mom has said to me, even from when I was pregnant, she was like, it took you 9 months to gain that weight. It is not going to take you 9 minutes to lose it. It might not even take you 9 months to lose it. It might take you a little bit longer. And that's okay. And your body's never, ever, ever going to look the same. Ever. And I know that can be really scary to hear, but it just is the truth. That does not mean that you can't lose weight and tone up and get yourself together. That does not mean that at all. Your body may even look better after having that baby, but it'll never be 100% exactly the same. You're always gonna have maybe a stretch mark or something, you know, it's always gonna be something. But to definitely just give yourself grace and embrace the body that you have. And I know it's so much more easier said than done. Trust me, I literally battle with this every single day. If I'm being honest, I don't recognize myself in the mirror half the time. This is the biggest I've ever been in my life. Oof, I hope I don't get emotional. I really don't want to cry on this damn app, so I ain't gonna do that. But here goes the cancer in me. But it's really hard sometimes to look at myself in the mirror. That's why I don't weigh myself. A lot of times I don't even look in the mirror. I don't like to take pictures. Like the other day we went pumpkin picking with the baby and we took pictures. Obviously we look adorable, but I just instantly started criticizing myself, my arms, my thighs, everything. So I'm definitely, this is the heaviest I've ever been. But like I said, it's not the end of the world. I do know that I can lose the weight and I know what to do so. It's just a matter of me actually doing it. And that can be hard too, especially as a single mom. You know, I definitely do have my village and I do have people willing to help me out with the baby, but working out at least can be a little bit more difficult because I'm just always tired. I'm just exhausted. And whenever I have a moment, I'm either spending that moment with my kid or spending that moment with myself, sleeping, doing whatever else, you know, that I want. But I definitely am going to start to get back on it. And I really tried to start with at least the eating healthy portion, because it always starts with that, I feel like. And then as I start to, you know, kind of fix up my schedule a little bit, I will start including like at home workouts and things like that. And if I can go to the gym, then I will, but I'm also not going to pressure myself. But it is definitely a goal of mine for these next few months to lose this baby weight and then some. What I will tell you guys is my goal is to lose, I gained about 30 to 35 pounds during pregnancy, and doctors usually recommend gaining anywhere between 25 and 40. So I was pretty good with that. But I want to lose an additional 15 pounds to like the 35. Let's just say I gained 35. I think it was less, but let's just round it to that. 35. I want to lose 15 extra pounds to the 35 that I gained. So I need to lose like 50 pounds. A little bit more than 50 pounds, depending on how much I weigh right now. So yeah, I know the number inside my head that I want to be at. So yeah, your girl's got a lot that she's gotta do, but we gonna make it do what it do, okay? And I'm gonna take you guys along with me on the journey, and yeah, we'll see how that goes. So anyways, that's pretty much how I'm doing physically. Breastfeeding did definitely help me lose the weight / inches, but it's not like sustainable, should I say. It's not really like, oh, like I'm about to breastfeed and I'm about to lose like 30 pounds. Like, it's not like that. But it does definitely, I feel like it did help my uterus shrink and my stomach shrink a little bit, and really helped me lose the inches in the first like few weeks after giving birth. So that was pretty cool. I'm also no longer breastfeeding. I stopped breastfeeding at around 4 months, so sometime in July, which was really hard for me, believe it or not. Breastfeeding is really, really tough. It's way, like, it looks easier than what it is, but after a while, when I started getting the hang of it, I actually started to enjoy it, minus the heavy feeling of your breasts when your breasts feel like freaking rocks. I don't miss that at all, but I do miss breastfeeding. I miss that bonding time with my son. I kind of miss it. I thought it was really cool that I was able to provide food for my child from my body. So that's another thing that some days when I'm not feeling the most confident, I try to remind myself, like, not only did you carry and create and push out human life, you also were able to feed a human with your body. So that is another thing. If you are, even if you're not a breastfeeding mama, but especially if you're a breastfeeding mama, remember that too. Like, you were able to provide a source of nutrition and food and even comfort and bonding for your baby. So that is another thing that I'm actually really, really proud of, even though my breasts are like deflated now, but but you know, it's all worth it. And honestly, I would like to breastfeed again if I have more children. And as hard as it was rewarding once I got the hang of it. And I am proud of myself for that. I'm like one of the only people I know that did breastfeed, or because my mom never did, and I didn't really know too many people that did. So that was really cool. And I honestly would love to do it again, but it definitely is easier said than done, and it just looks way easier. Most people think you're just popping out your teta and that's it. Like, no, baby, it's a lot of work, especially in the beginning, like right after birth, and just the uncomfortableness and just the sleepless nights because your baby's cluster feeding. It is a whole different ball game. So just letting y'all know. And last few thoughts about how I'm doing physically. I obviously, like I kind of sort of mentioned, I haven't really worked out. I've gone on walks a lot, as much as I could this summer and this fall with the baby, but I haven't necessarily really worked out. It is something that I want to start carving out the time to do. All things considered, because me and the baby have been sick. I was actually going to start last weekend, but we have been sick, so we're still healing from that. So once I do feel better, I am going to start doing my at-home workouts on the weekends. You know, keep the baby distracted and have me do my little at-home workout. So I definitely am going to be trying to do that. I want to try Pilates. I've mentioned that in a few vlogs. I want to try some at-home Pilates just to see what it's giving. And I'm going to combine it with some cardio. So yeah, we'll see how that goes. So yeah, but I'm definitely out of shape and I have not worked out, and doing a squat hurts because it's been such a long time. And also too, something that I think I did share in my birth story, which I'll have a card up here if you guys haven't heard about it yet. I'll have a card up here so that you guys can check that out. But I did tear after giving birth. That has healed well. That healed really quickly. Once I went to my 6-week appointment, she was like, oh, you healed like perfectly. Everything is great. Everything is intact. So I don't know how long it takes for the tear to heal, but I know that when I went to the 6-week checkup, that I was fine. So she said that I healed well. So that part of me physically has healed, and yeah, that's just really where I'm at physically. I'm still very healthy. I'm pretty sure I'm overweight. I mean, my doctor hasn't told me that because they all know I just had a baby, but I definitely would like to lose some weight and get myself feeling confident in my body and back into shape. But I'm just, you know, being patient and giving myself the grace and reminding myself that, you know, I just created human life and that things are going to be different. And yeah, that's just where I've been at physically, but I am determined to get right back on it. So yeah, that's that. So now we're going to jump into how I've been mentally and emotionally. So now, over the last month or so, I'm starting to feel better mentally and emotionally. I think for the first 4 to 5 months of my son's life, it was rough. It was very, very rough. Simply because, well, one, I just had a baby. I was learning to figure out how to be a mom. And then not only was I learning how to figure out how to be a mom, I became a single mom. when he was 1 month old. So that was a big like, you know, car screech, tire screech situation. It really did a lot. It really did a big number on me mentally and emotionally. I'm not even gonna lie. I definitely was depressed. I don't think, no, because I got checked for postpartum depression a few times. I do not have, and I did not have postpartum depression, but I definitely was depressed. And here's the thing. My birth went fine, despite regular hormones, you know, women's hormones, and their bodies don't go back to normal until almost about 2 years after they've had a baby. If you guys didn't know that, that is 100% true. Like, women do not seldom even start to feel like themselves until about maybe 18 months or more postpartum. So yeah, so I know my hormones were all a mess from giving birth, but also I had just become a single mom, and that was super, super tough living on my own. I went from having someone here, having a partner, having someone help me every single day with the baby to not. Even though I did have my mom, but still she doesn't live here with me. So that was definitely tough. But we made it through, and we still making it through. Period. Shout out to my single mamas out there. Y'all are doing the damn thing, okay? We are killing it, period. But anyways, just wanted to get that little pep talk, that little motivation right there. But it was definitely tough for me. I had some circumstances, obviously, that had nothing to do with my son's birth, that made me depressed. It wasn't that I was depressed because I had a baby, or it wasn't that. It was a combination of, like I said, becoming a single mom. I also suffered a traumatic brain injury. That was very, very scary for me, which is under control now, but still, it was horrifying to go through. I was in and out of the hospital. And not even related to pregnancy and birth, just from my head injury. I became a single mom. I was starting to feel really down about how I looked, and I just wanted to feel like myself again. That's why I have so many like maintenance and self-care videos, because it was really important for me to do those. So yeah, I was definitely still getting on here on camera, like everything was fine, but to be honest, I was very, very depressed. And I do have my moments and my days that are much better than others, and moments and days that are not. So but that's why I love to be transparent with you guys, and I love to create those you know, those self-care videos so that you guys can see, like, when I'm creating them, I'm not just creating them because I just want to put them out here on this platform, or just to, you know, for fun. Well, really it is for fun. It's also for me. It's for myself, for me to feel better, for me to feel confident, for me to feel worthy and loved, for myself. So it's for myself as much as it is that it's for me just creating content and for you guys. So it's very important, I always say, to find whatever time you can to carve out that time for yourself, and to just be patient with yourself and give yourself grace in all avenues. Whether you might be having a bad day physically, or a bad day mentally, or a bad day emotionally, it doesn't matter. Give yourself that grace, give yourself that time. It is extremely important to do that. And I cried a lot for the first like 4 months, because like I said, became a single mom. It was really, really tough. It was really, really tough for me. So but my baby boy, honestly, he has kept me through it. He has kept me sane through this entire ordeal. A few weeks ago, because I hadn't been getting any sleep, I think he was going through like a sleep regression, and he was also teething. It was really tough, and I remember being so frustrated, like so frustrated. And I just remember looking at him and being like, oh, but you're so perfect. Like, I'm sorry if you see me being frustrated. I was literally apologizing to my kid. I was like, I'm sorry if I seem frustrated. I love you very much. This has nothing to do with you. I'm not frustrated and mad at you. It's just, mommy's had a long, hard day, and mommy's very tired. You know, and I'm sitting here talking to him like he understands or knows what the hell I'm talking about. He was looking at me like, okay, yeah, girl, you crazy. But, you know, it was really, really tough. And my mom was like, trust me, I get it. You're going to have your days where you're going to cry and be frustrated, and there are going to be days you're like, I'm fucking superwoman, and I can do this, and I am doing this, and I'm raising this child, and that's it, you know? So it's definitely up and down. Some days are better than others. Lately, things have been great over the past few months, other than I'm still losing sleep because now he's sick, so he wasn't sleeping a lot. So there are some things, but for the most part, he's doing pretty well. Like I said, I have a routine down pat for him. That's another thing. Is it down pat or down pat? Packed as in like I packed my suitcase. Which one is it? Is it pat like patty cake, or is it packed like I packed my suitcase? Let me know in the comments below. But anyways, that is something that I saw on Instagram, completely unrelated. But anyways, I've got it down to a science at this point. I know my kid, I know what he wants, I know what he likes, I know when he's tired, when he's frustrated, when he's hungry, when he's angry, when he's super freaking happy, when he's taking a crap on himself. Like, I know everything, okay? So I'm definitely learning to just be proud of who I am as his mom, single mom or not, and to also not let that define me. And yeah, I'm a damn good mom, period. And so are you. And you should say that to yourself every day. And I'm just, you know, doing the best that I can with what I got. On some Mariah Carey-ish. I'm doing the best I can with what I got, okay? Single motherhood in a nutshell. But no, basically, that is what it is. Like, I'm really doing the best that I can with what I can do. Also, too, I do have my village. I do have my mom and my brother and some other friends and family around me that are super, super helpful. Honestly, I would be nowhere without my mom. She is my daycare. Because of her, I do not have to send my son to daycare. I'm not judging anybody here who has to. I'm just saying that that was something that I did not want, and I was able to make that happen. But anyways, as I was saying, I do have my village, and I have a lot of love and a lot of support around me. My son is so loved, and he has so much support and family and friends everywhere. It's amazing. So I would be nowhere without my village. It really does take a village to raise a child. It's crazy. And like I said, some days are better than others. I'm up and down. Some days I'm super stressed, super tired, don't want to talk, don't want to eat, don't want to do anything. And other days I'm like, I freaking got this in the bag. I'm the baddest bitch. Like, it's just different all the time. And that's what motherhood is. It's a roller coaster. It's up and down. Some days are good, some days are bad. Some days are ugly, some days are freaking fantabulous. You know what I'm saying? So, but all in all, nonetheless, at the end of the day, I love my son. Like, oh my God, I'm getting emotional again. I ain't gonna cry, I ain't gonna do it. I ain't gonna do it. But I love my son. Like, he has changed my life in ways that I don't think he even, like, will ever understand. Look at me, look at me. Embarrassing. No, I love my kid. I'm not gonna cry because then my nose is gonna start running, so I'm gonna wrap this up. But I love my kid. I love him so much. He's so beautiful. He's so perfect. He is precious. He is innocent. He is loving. He is just everything positive and everything good about life and about this world. And that's why I don't really share his face. You guys do see him, but you don't see his face, just because me and his dad really want to keep him off social media until he's old enough to be on it. And this world is a cold, mean, nasty place, and I dare somebody to talk about my kid. So yeah, I just would rather not subject him to that, because people just make like just weird, awful, horrible comments about kids, and I'd rather just kind of keep my son away from that. I don't even think I've told you guys my son's name, and honestly I don't think I will for a while. Like, I really like to just keep it private. I still want to show him, and I still want to show us together, because he's obviously here. He's a part of my life, big part of my life, the main part of my life. I was saying, I really love my son. He is precious, he's perfect, and he really makes motherhood so much worth it, and life is just amazing with him in it, and I can't even remember or imagine life without him in it. And just the excitement that I have now in life for so many different things. Like, for some reason, after he was born, I was so like motivated and felt so creative to even create more content for you guys. Not even just mommy content, but like content like I said for myself, like beauty, fashion, and lifestyle related things. And I just was really excited just about life. I'm super excited about the holidays all over again. You know, I normally don't care about Halloween, but now I'm super excited about it because he's gonna be dressing up. Christmas was kind of boring because, you know, everyone's like older now. I didn't really have anybody to really buy gifts for that. At least I was a kid, so now I can do that. So it's just, everything is just so much more exciting, and you can look forward to doing so many different things. And yeah, that's just, I just love being a mom. I genuinely do. It is very hard, and I know it's gonna get harder, but at the same time, I'm covered by the Lord, and I got my village, and we are gonna be just fine. So yeah, so, and to wrap up my thoughts, physically, I gotta work on where I'm at physically, and I think that'll definitely add to me feeling positive and good about myself mentally and emotionally. That makes sense. So yeah, but mentally and emotionally it's just up and down, but for the most part I do feel really good. And I know, like I just said, if I start to work on myself physically, I'll feel even better about myself. So yeah, that is where I'm at. So that is it for today's video. Hope you guys enjoyed. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Really hope that this was as honest and transparent for you guys as possible. I really tried to, you know, talk about some things that I typically don't really talk about, but I just really wanted to be honest and show you guys that it's not just all peaches and creams. Being a mom, you know, I might come here and smile and do little hauls and look like life is great, and sometimes life is great and other times it's really freaking not. So I just wanted to be honest about that. So hope you guys enjoyed. Please leave a comment down below. I would love to hear your other, you know, experiences, how you've gotten through things, or if you feel like you need help getting through things. I would love to, you know, have this is a safe space, at least for me it is. So y'all gotta create that safe space too, but this is a safe space for everybody to give either constructive criticism or just valued and, you know, good for lack of a better word, but give your opinions, but just make sure you're not being an ass, basically, is what I'm trying to say, because this is supposed to be a safe space for really all people, but definitely directed towards women and moms. So yeah, be nice, and, you know, shout out to the single moms, and love and respect your moms, especially your single moms, because we go through a lot. A mom's job is never done, and we do so much. We wear so many different hats. So at least a good mom does. So yeah, that's it. Hope you guys enjoyed. I'll see you guys in el próximo video. Besitos a todos, and adiós, mi gente.